All right, so you got your Google 9 Pro XL. Here's a feature that you could use to connect your phone to an external monitor and have a PC-like experience. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Colin. Let's check it out. So I've always dreamed of having a phone which I could use as a phone, also to be able to use it as a computer. Technically, these phones are basically computers in a phone. You could browse the internet, you send emails. Now it's a camera as well. So why not make it a computer, right? So if you connect the phone to an external monitor, it's basically a mirror. It just basically shows what you're seeing on the phone onto a bigger screen. However, it's not a desktop-like experience. So that's why companies like Samsung created Samsung Dex to be able to plug in your Samsung phone and become a desktop experience on an external monitor. So Google has also done that, but it is experimental. So it's not bug-free or anything like that. It's not advertised by Google. So a lot of the features aren't fully ready, but you could do the basics. So you have multi-window mode. You could resize the windows. You could have multiple windows all at once, so you could multitask easier. So it is doable using the desktop mode on the Google Pixel series. So let me show you how to connect, what you need, and to be able to use this desktop mode experience. So let me show you. All right, things you'll need to make this a good desktop experience for your Pixel 9 Pro XL is you'll need a wireless keyboard. Now you don't really need a wireless one. You could use a wired one where you could connect it to the USB-C hub, as well as a mouse. Again, this could be wired or wirelessly. Currently using a wireless one, so I do have the mouse dongle connected to my USB dongle. So this USB-C dongle is what allows you to connect your phone to your monitor. So you'll have the USB-C cable, which you will need to connect this to your phone. And of course, you'll need to get HDMI cable. You could get this from Amazon. It's really useful because you could connect the cable as well as any USB drives or micro USB and transfer. You got two USB ports, so you could plug in one for your wired keyboard and one for your wired mouse or wireless mouse. This one I got from Amazon a few years ago, which I use it on my iPad. So this is pretty useful. And but before connecting, I'll need to show you what to do on the phone. All right, so to set up under desktop mode, there's a few instructions I'll show you how to do. So it's quick and easy, so let me just show you how to do that. So you go into the settings first, scroll down again, click on the settings on the bottom right corner. So under settings, what you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom there. You're gonna click on About Phone. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll all the way down again, and you're gonna click on the build number. So you're just gonna double tap for 5 times. It's gonna ask you for your code. Let me do that in a second here. All right, once it's enabled, you'll unlock the developer mode. So you go back. Now, when you go back, you'll go back into the system tab here. If you scroll to the bottom, basically unlocks what's called developer options. So you click on that. So there's a lot of features in here that you could look at, but I usually don't want to touch any of this stuff. But basically for the desktop mode, you're just gonna scroll all the way to the bottom there for the Pixel 9 Pro series. Now, once you're at the very bottom, you're gonna scroll back up just a bit, and you'll get to see this part. You'll see Force Desktop Mode. So Force Desktop Mode, you're going to turn that on. Now it's going to ask you to reboot is required, but what I'm going to do is going to reboot later. You're going to want to enable just the one up on top of that. You'll see enable freeform windows, which is just going to enable that as well. Again, that's going to ask you to reboot. I'm going to reboot later. And then we're going to, on top of that, you'll see force activities to be resizable. So this allows you to resize the windows to make it bigger or smaller. So I'm just going to turn that on. Okay. So once that's done, you can go back home and pretty much just reboot your phone, which I'll do, and just reboot. And we'll be right back. All right, so my phone's booted back up. The next thing you'll want to do is download the taskbar app. So this will allow you to have a taskbar on the bottom on the desktop mode so that you could launch your recently used apps and also you see all your apps. So it makes it easier for you to navigate under the desktop mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Play Store. All right, so under the search function, I am going to add in taskbar, which I already typed in. All right, so the taskbar is a purple app or icon there, and I'm just going to hit install. I'll wait for that to finish. All right, once it's done, we're going to open the app. Now it's going to ask you if I want to show you here. Allow taskbar to send you notifications. Sure. Okay. So basically here is the app itself. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the desktop mode. Now the desktop mode is already turned on by default, so just leave that on. The next thing you want to go is set desktop as default home app. So basically you have to click on that. Now the Pixel launcher is the default launcher you get on your Pixel. We're going to need to switch it to the taskbar. So once it connects to the, once you plug in your phone in, it will automatically use the taskbar launcher, so it displays it for you. Now your primary launcher will be the Pixel launcher, so that's going to stay the same. And that's pretty much it for the taskbar app. That's what you need to do. And so let's plug it in and let me show you how that works, okay? Once plugged in, you'll get your wallpaper and the taskbar app that's on the bottom. This will make it a lot easier for you to launch apps and also makes it look like a Windows experience. So you can launch Chrome, for example. So when you launch Chrome, you can move them around just like a Windows PC. You could also resize it as well from the corner here, so you could definitely resize it. Scroll on the mouse to go up and down. On the top right corner here, you can maximize the window. Now there is glitches right now. As you can see, even though I maximize the window, you'll see the black bar here. So this was the original size when it was in window mode. That was the original size. So maximize it doesn't really fix it. So there's some glitches. It's not exactly perfect. If I close it and relaunch it again and then maximize it, then you'll see the full-fledged desktop experience. So if I go to minimize mode, oh, not minimize, let me launch this again. So if I move this here, resize it, and say I want to launch YouTube. So I'm just going to launch YouTube. It's going to launch the YouTube app, which I could move around as well. So a lot of times I like to listen to podcasts on YouTube or just listening to some news while I browse the internet. So if I launch this, it's going to play a video here. So I could resize it. Now the audio will come out from your phone because the only speaker you have here in terms of the setup is your phone. So it will come out from there. If I maximize, there are some glitches on the YouTube app as well. So yeah, this is maximized in the window mode. If I maximize in the whole window, again, there's a glitch where it only shows the same size. If I were to close it again, let's launch it again. if I maximize it from the start, then when I maximize the window, then you'll get the full-fledged screen size. So the only issue, again, if you go to the top left corner and click on back, it's not going to work. But you can make it back into the window mode, which you could, again, you can't really go back. Again, YouTube hasn't optimized it in desktop mode. So I just usually have to relaunch it, click on it again. So there are some glitches. It's not as seamless as the Samsung Dex, but you can, this is doable. You can open up different apps. So for example, if I receive a text message, I could launch my Messages app from my Google phone. So as you can see, I can use it to text other people. You can also launch, Amazon. I'll show you the Amazon app. So you can definitely check out your stuff there as well. There are some glitches here. As you can see, the bar on the top corner, or on top where it's supposed to have a back, the minimize, windowed, and the close button. On here, on the Amazon app, you can't really see it. You can sort of see it. It's not black. It's just white on white almost. So you could kind of see it here, but you could just close it like you would from there. On the bottom left corner, you'll see your drawer button there, so you could launch you could see all your apps on this button right there. So this button here, you can add a widget, which I'm not going to bother doing, and then your recently used apps on the bottom there. So yeah, that's how the desktop mode works, and you can play around with it on your phone. So hopefully you've learned something on how to set up a desktop mode for the Google Pixel 9 series. I did recently read an article saying that Google has just released the USB-C to HDMI cable on their Google Store. So hopefully this is something that's coming up soon by Google for desktop mode. That's pretty good news. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any suggestions, or if you have something on your mind, please put it in the comment section below. Hopefully you could share, like, and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you again. See ya.